Alright, we are back. Hello, hello everyone. How's it going, Feather? Links. Thanks for stopping in. Links. Wish you'd stop avoiding sleep like that, but I can't really stop you. But how are y'all doing? And links to the glitchy voice lines, that's part of the music. Glad to hear you've been alright, Feather. BC for 2 days, huh? Hmm. You trying to break records with that one? Or what's your goal? Or it just kind of exists and you're just letting it exist for however long it may exist for? Hmm. I mean, the glitchy voices are again part of the music, not not something that is like supposed to be bad or anything. All right, Feather. Thanks for stopping in. Go enjoy Minecraft for friends. Hope it all goes wells. Yeah, something like that. Something like that, Links. I remember. Not something I care about too much. Not anymore. All right. So, what is the plan for the day? Ah, wonder how long that died. Uh, well, in short, when my mic died, while my mic was dead, I was just saying that we are just gonna be after last message. All right. Um, just gonna be working on getting the basic idea of shops laid out because we last stream figured out that we're gonna do this in a hierarchical order where each floor is a representation of class of income, essentially. So the bottom one is the lowest class where there's all your necessities, but that's about it. The second floor will be your middle age, which is a bit more, slightly, a little bit more expensive stuff. Maybe not, definitely still stuff that probably you could possibly need, but also some more indulging based shops where you can indulge yourself if because you have the money. And of course the top is like, this is where the rich folk are. This is like, you have a high role in society. And also, other than that, we are just getting some basic busy work building like this out of the way, where I will just be doing this while I brainstorm. And I do have some ideas in the works of how the shops might look. It's gonna be very basic, very repetitive style, I will admit. I wouldn't say super snobby. I would just say rich people. Because in my eyes, this was actually a very bustling city. It wasn't exactly like, it wasn't like there was no bad to it. But I do think it's important to have a form of hierarchy, role hierarchy. Because I've always stated, and I still believe this is a city that was once thriving and bustling until there was a major accident. There was a major incident that that basically kind of ruined the society, ruined the civilization, all in one fell swoop. And it wasn't like a social collapse or anything. It was an actual like world disaster based incident type thing, if that makes sense. For the most part, yeah. Of course, you'll always get some bad apples, but for the most part, it was a pretty good and fair society. Pretty honest society. Um, some things I need to keep in mind, though, as we are building to while we are on stream today. I need to kind of sort out what shops will be kind of split into which hierarchies, if that makes sense. Meaning, I need to kind of figure out, like, all right, is this going in this hierarchy? Does this match this hierarchy? All that. No, nothing like our society. see. Alright. Now that my brain is a little less focused. Yeah, no, these are just pure support beams. These are like supporting towers. They just keep the fours stable. That is really all they are. They serve no other special purpose. I have the other means of getting up and down for the future. But the way I see it, for the bottom floor, but the lower class base shops, holes in some areas. I see no holes. If you're talking about down here, this is under the map, and it's empty because there's no reason to fill it in, and this is all gonna get blocked off. But to start, some basic shops to kind of get us in the right direction. On the first floor, first level, we first have probably lighting, probably. Okay, so there's obviously a laundromat. Let's see. The raw materials would probably be probably. We'd have a raw materials store. I would say like anything houseware based though, other than lights. So like a kitchen, like anything up like appliance base would probably be more middle class. I'd say that's probably a fair assessment. Um, what else? Well, the thing is, while there is electricity, it's not actually like a primary source of energy. Most of the energy will be steam powered, steam or like natural powered stuff. So through fire or water, or like I said, steam. Yeah. Which is why there is a which is why there's even like a raw minerals shop to begin with, or a slightly more refined, more expensive raw minerals shop as well on top of that. Because there's areas that aren't going to be used for that aren't actually like that aren't part of the map links. That's why. Like they don't have I don't gotta worry about them being shown because they're not good. The players aren't gonna see the exterior. So how's it going, JC? Yeah, they're going all right. Just started, so got a good ways to go. But got some I got some testing to get doing. What about you? I should be asking you the same thing. How's work for you been going? Damn, unfortunate. Well, if you can get any work done, that'd be good. That's better than nothing. Yeah, no, sorry. Links, we were just talking about schoolwork. Hmm. I also want a essentially what Tango has created is called a Brambles and Bones shop where you're good, Links. Where in Decked Out 3 you are able to do trades and stuff for some cool. If you trade enough, if you trade these specific lists of items to the trader, then you'll get a item that you'll take out of the run, and then you'll be able to use in your next run as like a form of power up. I kind of want to do something similar to that. I had thoughts about doing something like that anyways. Except instead of that, it's gonna be dungeon cards. What are dungeon cards? Well, the way it works is, I think the way I wanted to do it is, you're gonna get a token, or maybe a booster, or maybe it's just directly cards. But if I do end up going the booster route, you'll get a booster pack where, when you, very similar to Pokemon or and just TCG and card games in general, where you open up a booster pack and then you can get cards, collect cards, and try your luck at getting better cards, right? I think that would be kind of fun if you could buy booster packs during your run and then try to get out. Or maybe just buying cards in general, or both. I could do both and have it separated between two different shops. So like, one shop sells cards directly, right? And it's random during your run which ones are available. And then there would also be one that sells booster packs, where they're trying to make up, and there's like a friendly competition between the two, which would be pretty cool. And this would obviously have to be a more middle class tier, I'd say. Because overall, I think the top tier will be less shops and will be 50% just like police station. 50% is gonna be filled, of this top layer is just gonna be filled with the police station and the mayoral town hall. So, and no, the mayor does not get a bunker. So if a bad thing were to happen, he does not get a bunker. If a nuke were to go off, there he would not get a bunker. It's a good old, if the ship burns, everything burns situation protocol. You. Let's see. Betting, yeah, betting shop would probably be good. Or maybe like, yeah, a betting shop would be good. Now, do I want one that sells clothing? I should probably add one, but at the same time, I really don't wanna. Because that's a lot of work. That one is gonna be a lot of work to try and do. I can't lie. However, having the laundromat at the bottom, I would want it's probably safe to say the bar would be on the either the second or the same floor down here. One of the two. Coffee shop would definitely be up there. Pawn shop would be up there. A log shop, like a wood shop, would probably be down here. Maybe. Or maybe it would be up here. See, your raw minerals would definitely be, I'd say, probably the top, the very, very top. What else? What else? What other fun shops could we do? Like that aren't like very obvious ones. Hmm. I have to think about that. Think about that one for a bit. Meantime, we gotta go check what I did over here for these. Ew, I just did that. Okay. Oh, okay. That makes sense. That makes sense. What did I do for the in-between then? Oh, just that. Okay. Fair enough. Oh yeah, we did discuss a pet shop being a possibility. Yeah, I think that'd be a fun one. That'd be definitely one of the more fun ones. Or maybe just like an exotic animal shop. I'd say that's probably gonna be more of a middle, maybe even just higher class shop though. Realistically. Hmm. Exotic animals. Exotic animals. What's a good one? What's a good exotic animal? That's an exotic animal. That's a very exotic animal. That right there. Probably the most exotic animal we could find. I know everyone likes that exotic animal. Yeah, those are pretty basics. Pretty basic. But the warden, on the other hand. I don't know. Warden could feels like a pretty exotic animal to me. No, not the happy gas. Oh, that's so dark and dingy. That is very dark and dingy. My goal is being accomplished. I couldn't be prouder. Yeah, Ender Dragon feels a bit not very feasible. No, feels like it might be a little out of the scope for most people. It's an animal. I don't know if it's maybe the kind of exotic animal we're looking for over here, though. I think you're thinking a bit too inside the box at the moment with this whole thing. What don't you know? See, there's a difference between overly common. See, just picking the ones that are not very common doesn't mean it's exotic. Exotic usually means things that aren't even really thought about as a possibility at all. Because the thing is, an ender dragon as a pet has been done before, multiple times. I wouldn't go out of my way and say that's exotic. Another reason I want to do the whole card idea is because I just have a sheer lots of cards, and this would help narrow down cards into some categories other than just like attributes. It would help group things in a way where I can kind of balance things out a little bit nicer. And maybe the one that sells like individual cards would be more like a card, would probably be a card collecting shop. The other one would be like a actual vendor, card vendor. Primarily that is a card vendor. Is there? I think I'm gonna need a tool, probably like a tools shop where you can, yeah, tools, some form of tools and utility shop. So like it would probably sell things like a could sell like a dynamite and or actual like tools like mining tools, farming tools, you name it. We also need a botany shop. So somewhere that sells flowers, seeds, farming utility, farming stuff, and like that. I'd say probably the tools might be the tool shop. No, I wouldn't say blacksmith. I wouldn't say blacksmith because blacksmith you really narrow it only down to things that can be like forged through like metals and stones. You gotta think a little bit outside the box with it because having making it more of a utilities shop allows you to not just do what blacksmith does because it can hold the uses the stuff that a blacksmith shop would have, but on top of that allows us to have things like explosives or really just explosives, I'm gonna be honest, but still. Pyrokinetics, we love some good old pyrokinetics in our life. Maybe. Hmm. Tough. Tough. Hmm. Maybe. Maybe. I will definitely have to add like a black box around. Like I'll have to add a roof around this. Hmm. Not too sure. Maybe. Yeah. Yeah. I don't like that. I do like that, however. Oh, what the heck? What the heck? Hmm. Hmm. Not sure. Just not too sure. I mean, I do like this. I think I like it more than what this is. But yeah, go ahead. Let's go ahead and change this quick. Just like alters it. I like this for two reasons. Firstly, it keeps some consistency between the entire district, but on the other hand, it's also doubly makes it slightly different enough where you can this sub district has its own little style compared to over there. I do really like that. Adds some nice depth as well without doing too much. Very simple design. Nice, very simple, sleek design. Alright, that should be good enough. Yeah. That should be good. Now, do I want to go and change all this under a bit as well? Probably should. Hmm. Just not sure how I feel about the tough for here. Probably just gotta test it out and work with it, play with it a bit. You know what? I don't hate it. I think it definitely fits better than the deep slate. Alright. Think essentially all of it done, all the basic layout done. Basic detail done. The first layer, you could say. Yeah. I think we're good there. Took a bit longer than I expected, but it's fine. Now then, let's actually start laying this out. Start laying out the land. To begin, I'm thinking we cut this off. Cut this area off over here. Or maybe we'll make this a walkable area instead. Something along those lines. For sure, though, we have to cut that off. This gives me room for one. Keeps this disconnected from this pillar, but two, there's a possibility I move the shop just up a block where I could then just completely cut this off, completely cut it off, which I'm not really too opposed to doing. Let's see. The fake brewery. What do we want the very first shop to be? Definitely not the laundromat yet. Laundromat will have to be a separate thing. We also need a building that goes down to the sewers, which will not be the laundromat either. Can't be doing both. Maybe just an abandoned building, possibly. Could do that. Could also maybe just do. I'm thinking we could probably have 5 shops now. Right? Which would mean we can do bedding. Bedding would be one. Anything. Well, with cushions, we could do cloth based. And we can sell like fabrics and stuff. Get a fabric store. We can also do a raw mineral store. A mill, probably the wood store would probably be good to have down here as well. I think maybe the raw mineral store might be the one that leads downwards, possibly, into the sewer. That's probably a good possibility. So if we were to mark out all of this land right here, this would be one store. All of this is one store front. Roughly. I would say that's probably a fair amount to give. And I think I do want to just maybe cut, I think I'm just going to cut this off. If this is all just going to be one store, I'm going to cut this off then. Not even worry about this being a walkable area, because this also gives me some room for some cool things, aka redstone, if I ever wanted more room. Just like that, a little more extra room for stone of the red. So this is one storefront right here. What do I want this one to be though is the other question. Could do the rock and minerals. Oh, we can also sell services here as well. I just thought about that. This is a shop that can also sell services. Meaning, yeah, so okay. So then for the sewer, maybe we do a plumber building here. Right? We just do some a plumbing building over here. That'd probably be good. Say it's a pretty normal building as well to have here. Probably need to make this different material. Stone then. Just make it out of stone. When in doubt, use stone. Right about yay high. Post mail service. That would probably have to be on the bottom floor as well. What's it called? Get the post. Get your mail. Get your mail. Typical. The usual. Like we have in real life. Maybe I make this the post mail then. The mail office. Post mail office. Maybe. Potentially. Do I want to add a warehouse anywhere? No, because these are all goods that are being like made by the shop owners. Like all handcrafted stuff. materials were bought, traded, or gathered by the owners. And then they go out of their way, make all the stuff, and sell it. So that's a good size. Yeah, good size. And then we can still get chased by Ravagers without any issues. Yeah, it's good. Honestly, we might put the... I kind of want to put the rocks and minerals over here. The... Yeah, so like kind of strip it. Like a strip mall type thing. We'd have going over here. Where... Yeah, I don't mind that. Grab some different wool. Or maybe just granite. So like this would be rocks and minerals, right? We have... Then we would have our wood shop over here. Now looking at this, we kind of need room over here. We need to put... need something to separate. We need some room. So we need to separate this a little bit. The only way I think that's gonna happen is if we do like... If we were to drop that down. Yeah, drop the roof down here a bit. About there, probably. Which would essentially mean we don't get any roof. It's kind of essentially what that's saying. We just don't get any roofs for these buildings, these bottom 4 buildings, which I'm okay with. I don't mind that. So less work, less work for me, honestly. And I also kind of like the more constricting feeling. It's like not a whole lot to really explore. And what else? It's it'll kind of feel like what? How do I put it? It feel like you're pretty much being very constricted on the lower level. You're gonna feel like you can only go so many places, which I'm okay with. So that does also mean we can cut out basically this whole area too, which does make my life easier. Yeah, that is getting, yeah, it's getting there. It's nailing the feeling on the head pretty hard, pretty well. This is kind of the feel I want this for to get to. Heavily constricted feeling, that is for sure. Yeah, that should be fine. That should be alright. Yeah, that should still be plenty enough for a redstone. Because overall, I do want this to be not like visible. Because obviously, what's it called? This is gonna be room for redstone. It's not much room, but it is enough room to get the level of redstone I need. Let's see. Obviously, the laundromat. Honestly, I think the laundromat would probably be perfect right here. This looks like a perfect spot to put this thing. I could also just place it right there too. I feel like this is an even better spot. This feels like a better spot. Like a just a really solid spot to place it. I don't know, it's just really calling to me. Something about this, something about this spot. It's calling to me. Let's see, I like the idea of this wrapping being like a spot you can actually like go run, get chased in. I do really like that. Kind of want there to be a shop right here. Maybe this is where the lumber shop goes. Or maybe no. What if we did lumber shop here? Like so. This would sell basically all your woods. More or less. This could be a very strippy shop, I think. Strip mall-esque shop. Um, because the plumbing business will probably end up taking all that space. Maybe We could do either bedding or we could do a post. No, because if we do a post mail shop, if we do a post mail service building, I feel like that has to be decent size. That's me personally. I feel like that'd have to be a decent size for that to be a thing. Two, three, probably be good. So how much room does this give us then? Four. And then this would be a shop as well. And what would this be? What's this back area gonna be? Hmm. 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 Then maybe this is like a. This is just like one giant loop. This loops back around here. Probably only have. If I were to zone it, right? We would have a Ravager. We'd have probably two Ravagers laying out this area. I'd probably like, so like if we had a back door right here to this building right here, this would all be cut off. Would it be all cut out? Cut off? Cut off? No, we could actually use this area. We could use this area. So maybe a backdoor entrance right here would be cool. Would be good. Thinking maybe we increase the size of this. Not here. Because realistically, I don't actually need that much more room for redstone over here. So maybe this will be the post building. Oh, welcome back, Feather. Gotcha. Appreciate the work. Hope games are going whales. Yeah, that needs to be moved back a block. Maybe the shop goes out this way a bit. And then we have this kind of cool thing here. Right. Oh, I just thought about something. These, because of this, the way these stores are laid out, it's gonna be very cool for, darn, that is very unfortunate. But yeah, with how these stores are laid out, it's gonna be very cool for for the actual game design, because one thing in particular that's gonna be very fun, which is the player passageways. What are those, you may ask? For those who are tuned in, is something that I'm bringing over from my first game, my first attempt at making a decked out, where I had made iron doors and you had to open up these iron doors during a run with keys that would spawn as treasure drops. Very different from keys in decked out 2, though. And then you'd open the iron doors and that'd be a player passageway open for a time period. I'm bringing that over, but instead of iron doors, you get these big doors here. And instead of putting the keys in a barrel, you just toss them in this little spot here, so it's easier for access. Also, what's cool about these is I can they work as a very nice door for like buildings, like a really nice door for buildings. It's actually kind of uncanny how good they are for doors. Hmm. Hmm. Because if we were to have an inner layer, how much room does that give us? So we're probably gonna have to double layer these buildings so I can have the inside layer being one material and then the outside layer being a different material. This only gives us 4 blocks. Darn. Alright. Yeah, appreciate it. I think they're pretty cool myself. Not trying to brag. Then do I want this to just loop inside to the building into the yeah? So like this building, I think is actually completely fine with with the wall being the wall, like the outside wall being the inside wall. But this one, I feel like it'd be cool. Would look nicer if I didn't do that. If I did the double wall, maybe. Actually, no, it wouldn't. Never mind. I'm an idiot. I mean, I'm just a fool. Never mind. Back to the original sketches. Hmm. I did those doors here. I could probably only do it for the bigger buildings realistically. So like this one would be a very good one. This would also be a good one. These two would be good. What would eventually become the plumbing would also be a good one. Do I want to put a building here? Maybe. Potentially. I don't know what building though, if I were to put one here. Or maybe this is maybe I add a truck. I could add like a food truck. That could be kind of cool. Yeah, that could be kind of cool. Um, what size do I want the laundromat though? That's kind of the big question over here. I think it'd be probably good if we have a nice open spot over here to work with. Maybe just loops around. Yeah, that way there's a nice loop for when you're getting chased by a Ravager. And then I'll probably do something very similar to what I did with over in the other city, in the in the more open part of the city district for the Ravagers over here, where I just have like blockades blocking these off. So do I just have like a huge cube? Do I just got a big square? Almost. So it's closer to a rectangle still. I feel like this one would be pretty cool if the front door was like off to the side like this. I think that'd be kind of cool. And then maybe just like a back door over here. I think, what all do I want in this coming building? I also, because I think let's start placing some signs, right? This is gonna be raw raw rocks, raw rocks, the raw rocks, raw rocks. This is woods. Let's see. This is gonna be, I have no idea. This, however, I know is gonna be the laundry mats. Laundry mats. And then this one is to put them in. But I'm considering maybe changing this one a little. I could, because realistically, it's a business, right? Oh wait, hold on. What if it was a plumbing and cleaning business? So like so, or maybe, oh, we do need a, probably should have a fire station. Probably fire station or some form of like emergency, like a hospital. Darn. Okay, I gotta really think now. I know what I'm gonna do. Plumbing business will go right here. Right here. Uh, it's gonna be a very very tiny building, but like I said, it's a service, so realistically you're just buying a service, and for all we know their truck will be somewhere else. Their vehicle of operation is somewhere completely else, like in a garage or whatever. So like, yeah, don't gotta worry about that one. very simple one block door. That's all I really need for this one. You walk in, you have your counter right here. You talk with the businessman himself, and then bada bing, bada boom. I can also have a real estate agent at some point. I could, yeah. That would probably be on the middle class floor. That'd probably have to go up here though. I think a plumbing service is probably a good is a good low level service that everyone can really get access to. It's just whether it's if you're able to afford it or not still, but generally it's pretty affordable stuff for everyone. Yeah, right. This is our plumbing service. What's this supposed to be? I wonder. Because that's the laundromat. We also don't know what this is either. So we got options. Not like we're out of options. Parsing. So say maybe fabric, maybe wools and fabrics go here. Maybe we also need I do want like a pretty dingy like hospital nursing building type thing, healthcare building. I don't know if I want it down there or if it'd fit like more in the middle class. Because it would have to be. Actually, no, it wouldn't really have to be that big. Because I have one in mind that would probably be alright. Because it's not like it's a very big city. It actually doesn't really house that many people in total. So realistically, it doesn't have to be an enormous building. This building here might be enough, I think. And then this would be fire station. I think this would be a fire and rescue, or a form of fire and rescue. Where's my? Oh, actually. Sorry, I'm just searching up her reference. Yeah, I like that. Okay. That's what we're gonna do. I need what do I need? I need bum block. I need bum block. It's gonna be made out of bone blocks. it's gonna be a very brutalistic. Maybe, actually, no, maybe not. Maybe not brutalistic. Because I'm thinking here, the vehicle would come out, right? This is where the vehicle would come out. Yeah, so like a 3x3, a 3 long fire truck or a rescue vehicle would come out here, realistically. Yeah, it can be a nice sound, for sure. Hmm. Hmm. I just don't know, man. Maybe we just don't do fire and rescue. Yeah. Hmm. Hmm. Cause it right. If the popo is on the very top, because yeah, realistically, like, yeah, we're not gonna, we're scrapping the idea. We're scrapping the idea. We're gonna do over here. We're scrapping that idea. So this might end up still being the plumbing, not plumbing. This might be something else. Yeah, I'm just gonna be scrapping the whole idea as a whole. The idea of the fire and rescue, simply because I don't think it's pretty. It's not really feasible with how the map is laid out. There isn't like a way for vehicles to get to places that they probably should be getting to. So unfortunately. I do like that idea. I do want to entertain the idea of this just being like a larger building, though. It's just what to put in the larger building is the question. I am just not too. Because okay, so bank, no, can't do a bank. Because this is a low. This is for lower. This is a lower class thing. If I'm gonna do a bank, I'm gonna be doing a bank like on the middle class or the top or the high class level. Good thought though. Good try. Okay, so we have logs. We have wood slash logs being sold. We have rocks being sold. We have a plumbing service building. We have a laundromat. We have a laundromat. We have. That's it. Do a. Could do a post mail. I think I should probably do a post mail. Down. Probably. So in saying that, probably be good. Maybe we make that building it. Either that building or this building. One of the two buildings is going to be the post mail service. Can't do butchers because that's food. Can't do food. I could see a post service though. It'd be cheap post service. It wouldn't be exactly expensive post service. Hmm. Hmm. Eh. See, if I do something like that, though, that means I'm only really selling leather products, and there's not many leather items in the game that I could really use easily. Is the issue with that? Hmm. What's a Fiorst? Florist. My dyslexic butt. Hmm. can't do a forest because that falls under botany, and I was gonna do botany anyways. Botany is gonna be more of a middle class. Still can do. I still need a bedding shop, so I guess we can designate one of these as a bedding shop. This one? Sure, you. It's a good bedding shop block. Do some brick. I will read those in one moment. Just gotta change this. I still think an infirmary would be very good though. Have. And maybe this is what, maybe that would be the infirmary. Library or armor maker? Not a huge fan of armor maker. Doesn't quite fit. Library, again, maybe, but not sure. It could fit. Just not entirely sure if it would do what I needed. If it would like quite fit exactly how I would want it though. Because each shop, the reason each shop I pick out is for a very specific, pretty specific reason. They all kind of fit within the theme of the game, of the lore. So like the rock and mineral shop, the raw rock shop. Obviously, you can buy like your stones. It's like your masonry, basically. Then we have over here. This is your woods. Pretty obvious. Gotta get your woods, your logs, your planks. Here is your plumbing service, because everyone's gonna need a plumbing service every now and again to fix something, or real estate. For if you're a real estate agent, you're gonna need to, or like a landlord, you're gonna need to do some plumbing service stuff. There's a laundromat. Obvious reasons, gotta clean your laundry. Always need a laundromat in the city. You technically don't need a library. Technically. I'm doing a botany shop because the botany shop will be a larger shop for sure, or maybe two shops that are conjoined. We are indeed marketing. We are trying to figure out a bunch of different shops to fill up this absolutely wonderful sub-district called the Market Sub-District. We are still stuck on the first floor, the first level of all three levels. We have been making progress though. So at the moment, per last stream, we designated each floor to be like a tier of hierarchy in the income chain, roughly, for the most part, in terms of needs versus like indulgences. So down here would be more things you would need. Then this middle class would be like needs mixed with some indulging, and then top class is obviously there's gonna be a high level of need, but like it's not stuff people you can get, like you can buy. It'll be more needs like the town just needs for infrastructure societally for the society, but then also like extreme highly indulging things up here for the market wise, expensive things, rich people things. I've also deemed it where I did this a while ago, but the society as a whole was actually like very fair with everything, and like there was no like major toxicity, so it was a thriving very thriving civilization that we had here before an incident happened like that affected everything all at once, changing into what we get now. But at the moment, we got this is either could be bedding or a bedding shop or maybe something else, but at the moment bedding shop is kind of what fits for me right here. Obviously you need beds or maybe furniture. Furniture would probably be better, because you got your get your furniture and fabrics. Furniture and fabrics would probably be good here. This is raw rocks, where you can buy like stones, like your masonry. Over here we got good old woods. Gotta get your logs, your planks, get sticks. 6 stones may break my bones. This is still to be determined on what the heck this is gonna be. I have no idea what that's gonna be. Work in progress. Here is a very tiny building, but it's basically just a plumbing service. I know, exciting. Oh, I know what that's gonna be now. I'll get to that when I get to that. But and then over here, like I mentioned in the last stream, I was guaranteeing to put a laundromat on this bottom floor, and here I am. Also, Nikita, I don't think I asked how you are, so thank you for stopping in. How are you? My apologies for forgoing. But I just laugh at what this funny building's gonna be. There's a reason why it's big. I wanted this to be a big building because it stands out, but also I can put a vehicle. What kind of vehicle? Nikita, I was actually kind of gonna get to that in a moment. We'll hold your thought for a moment. Yeah, but it's a kind gesture. And when you stop doing it, then you start to get in a habit of not doing it as often. So, but anyways, this is gonna be it's not gonna be a shop. It's gonna be another service. It's gonna be a garbage service. I know. Don't gotta praise me. I'm a genius. You can add a nice little garbage truck. Can walk in, buy some chemicals. So it is in a way a form of shop as well. So you can buy some chemicals or whatever, like cleaning materials, or tools. You can also buy a service. I know, right? a work of genius. It's a work of art. It covers a lot of things very nicely, actually. I'm actually really happy I thought about it because it like fits absolutely perfectly. But now back to your thought with the scraps and copper and metals and stuff, right? That actually kind of coincides with this. However, it will not be in this building. Instead, it's gonna be in this funny one. What is this one? Hey Rabbit, how's it going? Thanks for stopping in. This one is gonna be a lovely recycle building. So this is where you get recycle all your metals, all your plastics, all your everything. I've heard some. You've had some good days. Everyone still gets a good day every now and again. May not seem like it, but they do come. They do come. Well, per usual, if you need to talk about it, you know where to, you know how to contact me in Discord. But yeah, this you're gonna be a recycler. Coincides with that. Garbage, and cleaning and chemicals and stuffs. There we go. Perfect. That's good. As long as you have someone to talk to about, all that matters. Painting right now? Eh, it comes and goes. It comes and goes, Links. Mm. Very unfortunate. Hmm. I'll move this door. Yeah, I like that. That's a little variety. That's a little personality. I'm just now realizing that is not cool. Unless I keep this as an open door that you can always enter and leave from. Hmm. Because obviously some of these doors, yeah. Hmm. 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 Gotta think on that one. Maybe we bring this one over. Yeah, go. Yeah, that works. That works nicely. Rabbit things. If you're gonna talk about that stuff, talk about it in Discord. Not here. Thank you. I appreciate it. I appreciate you two listening. Don't gotta don't gotta make things ugly. I want this one to be so okay, right. This is one that this is one marked to be a special door. This one is marked to also be a special door. This one as well. This one is not. This one, no, this one won't be marked as a special door, so this one will be it's a regular size door. Got your nails done again. Why is that a bad thing? Give me. Ooh, yeah, give me mushroom. Give me the shrooms. Wait, that sounds wrong. Out of context. I didn't. Uh, can't can't believe you, Nikita. Can't believe you. No, I expect nothing less. I know what community we're a part of. Now, if Cassie was in here, she would definitely be clipping that. Just despite the fact that I've clipped her on some things in the past. Oh, I know she would. Ah. Yeah, it can be. But also could be a skill issue because I have also seen people getting skillful at typing with them. As long as you like them and and are happy with how they are, all that matters. I can't lie. I'm just gonna. I am a skill issue rabbit. What are you talking about? Uh, totally not just gonna be yoinking XP's laundromat. Gotta find this thing. Okay, never mind. Guess I'm not. 110 bucks, huh? That's expensive. That's a price. Right, I was gonna do stone and then okay. Darn. Well, like Nikita said, as long as you're happy with it, all that matters. That's what, as long as it was worth it to you. That you can. Would I recommend you doing stabby stabby? Probably not. Yeah, so I'm thinking this is just gonna be an open entrance here. As long as it's not breaking your skin when you do it. Because it's not good when it breaks your skin. That's dangerous. Because it's dangerous. But it is. It'll heal, but if you keep doing it, eventually becomes harder to get healed skin. And also there is a chance for infection. Crazy work. As long as you're not hurting yourself, that's fine. It's morally fine. I will admit, the point is to hurt yourself. Not a very good point. Not a very strong point either. I will admit though, what's it called? These buildings will be, a lot of these buildings will be very similar to each other in terms of their design. There isn't gonna be a huge variation between some of them. I know I can't. I can still try with words. Stare. Meh. Yeah, you never know. Sometimes it does. Hmm. 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 How very unfortunate. Hmm. Rabbit, that's not exactly stream appropriate talk. I was dancing around the fire, but now you're kind of crossing the line there. You're fine. I just wanted to let you know. Not gonna punish you for it. Hey, you're good, Rabbit. Again, just wanted to make you aware. Birch. Can I do funny birch shenanigans? No, it's too much. It stands out too much. Worth a shot. And back to bone box, I go wait, I guess.
Explain. Explain, Nikita. You can't just say that and not proceed to explain. Hmm. Hmm. It'd be funny. It'd definitely be funny. See now, what I could do though, it's funny you say that. You know what I could do is I could just add a cemetery and then like add a tombstone service. You know, I could just do that. It's a lot of bird poop. A lot of lovely bird poop. That would be the most that'd be the most beneficial way because like I kill two birds with one stone, and I don't have to worry about just saying it to make it work. There we go. That's more balanced. That's a nice balance. Hmm. How do we feel about that? The laundromat building so far? Does it look like it would be a laundromat building? Just like obviously without the innards. Rabbit, that doesn't surprise me. Doesn't feel like it'd be something you would see in your age in this era. I think it fits it though. I could be wrong. Hmm. Oh. Hmm. Hmm. I don't know. No, we're definitely not. We are definitely not from the same area. We are in completely different continents, Nikita. I think. Hmm. Because okay, right. Aesthetically, I'm trying to go for a similar feel for everything. I probably because and that feel is essentially just uh yeah, no, the window fits. The entrance and the window fits. I just don't know about the color. Cause right, my goal is to go for a pretty dark. I'm trying to go for a darker tone on this one compared to the housing district. Hence why I'm going for this more. What's there's a term for there's a architectural term for it. But there's more in the best term I can say for right now without remembering the correct term is like the more this more conformed feel. I want it to all feel a bit monotonous. Like they all follow a very similar structure of each other. And then like small differences is what makes them like different from each other. You know, if that makes any sense. Whoops. 2, 3, 4. Okay. Cool. Cool. Yeah, because like obviously I am pushing for a more horror look for this decked out. It's very prominent when you look over here. It's very dark, very dingy, but specific. But as you can see here, like everything over here is it's all pretty distinct from each other. I don't want that over there. I want it to be pretty conformed. I want it to follow a very pretty conformed look and style over here. Like very copy paste esque. Glad it does. And potentially just like some small changes like this could be like what fixes it. Because I like it being like I like this L window. I like the L shaped window inside look. I don't because I and then these walls being completely walled off, like no windows whatsoever. I like that. I do like that. I think that fits. Hmm. Hmm. And maybe this is where I bring in this stuff instead. I'm gonna do a test wall real quick. This might work way better. What's the order again? There's a specific order. It just follows. Okay, there we go. That's it. Hmm. Feels close. It's closer. Nope, not quite. Mm, Probably this. Maybe this was the right move. Scared the crap out of me. Yeah, I can't lie. Gotcha. Thanks for stopping in, Nikita. Appreciate the luck. I'll probably need it. Have a good rest of your day if I don't see you again. I don't know about me being fine. That's strong assumption you're making there. Maybe. Hopefully. Hopefully I figure it out. But thank you again for stopping in. Yeah, I definitely fetch a lot better. Hmm. Well, go enjoy spending time with the grandma. Probably more important than spending time on my streams. Thank you, thank you. Have a good one. Yeah, should be fine. Alright, cool. Mm, yeah, I like that. Okay. We know we can see it. Yeah. There we go. Yeah, I like that. Yeah, that's a lot better. I think that fits. I think that fits a lot better. But I would say that's probably good progress for today. Gonna have to do another stream to get to start working on the next floor, or maybe just get some work done on these buildings for the build wise. These still need a lot of detail. It's gonna take some time to figure out all the little bobs I want. So yeah, got got a lot of. Doesn't seem like we did a lot, but we got a good amount of building cleanup done with the floors. Top of that, we cleaned up. We started actually getting work done with the actual individual shops, which is good, very good. We also got some of the layout done for when you're getting chased by some ravy floofs, good old floofs. That's also good. Yeah, I think that's it. I think that's gonna be it for this stream. Thank you all for watching. Any shoutouts? No shoutouts today. Or don't know if I'll be live tomorrow. Tomorrow might be a rest day. Might be a day off, but not sure. Anyways, hope you all enjoy.